Hey there, everybody. It's Wayne D, and welcome to WayneD.com. This is Stacy Kress. Stacy is a very, very long-time student of mine. I've been teaching her since she's 12 years old, so almost 20 years. She didn't play a whole lot of golf as a junior, but she got better and better. Went to Penn and was Ivy League Freshman of the Year a while back. Now she's the club champ at Bear Lakes Country Club up in West Palm Beach. And if you know anything about Bear Lakes, a lot of good players there. So Stacy's gotten to be pretty darn good. So she has a couple interesting things in her swing. You'll notice the right arm and shoulder. You don't see too many right forearms over here, kind of Fowlerish. But the big thing that we notice in her swing is she has a real tendency to spin the right hip and extend the hip flexion in transition. So she gets a lot of motion there. And one of the things that you'll see with that hip spin is you'll see the right heel hoist itself up as the lower leg twists out hard this way. It's going to twist around, and that always forms a circle there. So when she does that, the right hip gets up in the way of the right arm, so the right arm has a tendency to get even a little more trapped behind, and it's hard to get the hands all the way up to the ball. She's got a real nice drag mechanism through impact, so she still hits the ball pretty good. So you can see that right leg. If I draw the box, it's going to come out. So you can see initially, we've been working on this. She's going to get some depth in that hip. And then she's going to come out of it a little bit, and then the right leg is going to shoot a little forward. Alright, so what I did was an old trick that actually, I think somebody showed me that said Butch Harmon did this. So I put I'll show it to you from the face on. So I took a short shaft, stuck it in the ground here, and put it up over the right foot so that the heel obviously can't shoot straight up. So the goal is to slow the hips down a little bit, get the arms in front. We really want that right leg, if we want the initial motion of the downswing initiated in those right side pelvic muscles, we want that motion to be moving inward and up into the left. So if you watch it from the front, so this is what the stick is doing. If I go to the front view without the stick, which is over here, let's see that foot. So initially, I want the heel to stay lower and roll in. This doesn't work quite as well after the fact. So through here, what I'd like to see is the right leg drive up into the left. So you get those inside muscles sort of contracting into each other and the glutes squeezing together and pushing up and left. So the big thing is just to get that feeling in the downswing of the right leg not spinning out in front. So when we look at the down the line picture and I compare it, you'll see an extremely large difference in these swings and what that slowing that rotational move in the right leg does. So the first thing you'll see is if we look at the timing of this, slow this one down. So one of the things I always am looking for in a swing is the timing when that left knee disappears. So I want to see where the arms are when the left leg gets out of the way. So we'd say, if you look at the amount of left knee you can see here and compare it over here, it's about the same. So look where the grip is now. So definitely the arms have made their way down in front of the body more. So remember that stick is going to limit the initial rotation of the lower leg in the first part of the downswing. So that's the important part. So let's take a look at what that does to the way the hips work. So the first thing that's interesting is the amount of hip depth. So watch how the right leg is much more inward here. You can see it right there. And then as we match up positions here, right there, you can see the right arm look, has a little more room in front. And then look at the spacing in the legs as that right thigh is driven much more up into the left instead of out here and around. So you can see how the right foot's trying to drive up into that. So this would give it's just a feel, but it's a focus point where you would try to get once those muscles reverse direction, you're trying to stay back, stay deep, even add some flex there and work that leg more inward so that everything feels like it's driving up into the left. Once we get it over there, we can push up more with the left leg and get both glutes firing up and left. So anyway, thought that was interesting. Just a little simple swing aid if you have that problem of your right heel comes shooting up in the air and your right leg spinning way forward. That might be something to help.